Greetings to you all and welcome back to Let's Play Time Crisis. Now this time we're going to be going through special mode, which isn't actually that special. It's pretty much exactly the same as arcade, just a different enemies to kill, a different storyline to follow. I'll let the game explain exactly what's going on for us.
Richard, long time no see. I hope you're ready. Here's your next objective. Your mission is to uncover the plan of the organization Cantaris. This is their headquarters. The hotel is actually a front for their weapons factory. This is their leader, also known as Cantaris. Intel came up empty on Cantaris. We don't even know a real name or gender. However, we do have positive verification that they are Wild Dog's arms supplier. Good luck, Richard.
So, they're Wild Dog's arms suppliers. We don't like wild dogs, so we'll take those down. Interestingly enough, we don't even know her real gender. She looks pretty female to me, but alright. We have a swanky car, so no worries. So we're going to pull up to this hotel, which we happen to know as a front, but I suppose to every other member of the public, it's just an ordinary hotel, and we'll kill legions of bellboys. Here they come, down they go. Now the enemies are much the same as they were before. We have blue bellboys, they are just blue enemies. We have bank managers wearing their nice brown suits, they are brown enemies. And then we have red bellboys, who must be for the VIPs, they are superb shots, be careful of those fellows. If you're wondering what the Grenadiers and the rocket launcher men look like, they'll be coming up and they're hilarious. Now there is one difference in special mode that makes it special over the normal parts of the game, other than the fact that you can't play this in the arcades. But I'll explain that when we get there. There's no point in me going through it right now. Orange Bellboy. At the top of the stairs there meets his end. I do believe this blue fellow can fall down the stairs. Yes, wonderful. Now a brief note on special mode is that I have never completed it with a maxed out skill rating, which might not be that surprising considering I can't do arcade with a maxed out skill rating. But the skill rating in this mode is slightly different, and I shall be explaining it momentarily. I do have to question quite why this hotel has this many bellboys. You would have thought that someone would be getting a bit suspicious. Apparently there's nobody living in the hotel, so alright. Now, if you have a nice weapons facility, and your hoteliers aren't good enough, then what do? You call in the ninjas, obviously. Everyone has a bunch of ninja friends they can call on when they start to get attacked. It's very nice. Now, here is the little oddity in special mode. Every single stage has two possible endings. It has a good ending and a bad one. Now, regardless of which one you get, you still progress through the game. You don't die, you don't lose, or anything like that. Curse you, Mr. Redman. This is the screen for the first stage that matters. If you'll notice on the left, whenever I duck into cover, there's an open lift. That lift is only open for, I believe, 30 seconds. Finish the level while the lift is open, you go in the lift. Too slow, you go down the stairs. Now, if you just glance at that map briefly, which goes because I don't get to decide when it disappears off screen, basically what happens is every level, every stage, every area, whatever, has two exits, the good one and the bad one. If you get the good one, sorry, just had to shoot that man's arm. If you get the good one, then you go upwards, and if you get the bad one, then you go downwards. Because of that, the best ending you can get ends up on the helipad. That was one of the locations that was on that map, at the very top, obviously. Where else would you put your helipad? So, the best ending of the game comes from going to the helipad and finishing the game there, and the worst ending comes from going all the way down to the parking lot and finishing the game there. Now, that is the skill rating for this mode. If you complete the game down at the parking lot, you get a bad skill rating. If you complete it up on the helipad, you get a good skill rating. I have never made it to the helipad. I don't know if that's because I can't do it if I keep dying, but I think it's more a case that I can't meet the special criteria in order to get up there. But we'll give it a damn good try. And that brown man managed to shot me. Well played, good sir. So a little oddity on every single stage. I haven't seen it yet on this one. It's almost always the final screen of any area is where the oddity is. This one will stand out like a sore thumb. It's all good fun, but it's, well, it's difficult, we'll say that. You can destroy these arcade machines and the pinball machines if you so choose. You don't get anything for it, it just makes that little electricity. You saw it before on arcade mode when I was shooting TV screens and whatnot. There's no real benefits to doing it, so I didn't bother. Red fellow with a machine gun, now that is frightening. So for possible endings in this game then, we've already said you can go all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. There's a third possible ending which is smack bang in the middle. There's not 8 possible endings depending on whether you do well or poorly at every single stage, they all kind of converge. But there are 3 possibilities we can go towards, and I will try to show them all off, but I'm not sure if I can make it to the hardest one. But hey, we'll give it a go.
How nice to meet you, Richard. Welcome to Cantorus Base. You're just in time for the party. I've arranged a dancing partner for you. Dance, baby, dance. Dance to the death.
A rather disturbing fellow, I think you'll agree. Now then, I hate this guy. He's difficult, he's fast, he's quick, it's pain. And I think when I was younger he terrified me. And look at him. Good lord, he's frightening. Look at his hair. That's clearly the most terrifying part about him. Now then, this is where the split goes for this level. If you can kill this fellow fast, I'm not sure how fast you need to be, but fast, which means you don't keep missing him like that, then you go to the more preferable place. You go upwards. If you can't kill him fast enough, we go downwards. And I do struggle to kill him fast enough, I will be honest. As he takes a lot of hits, as you probably noticed, but there we go, he's down. A superb death scream, well played, a nice little front roll there, we like that. That's the end of him, and now we find out if it was fast enough by the following.
Damn it.
It was fast enough, well done to us. Seems I have improved at this game. So, if you were too slow, she's already run off somewhere, you don't know where to go, you just blindly charge down one of the corridors. If you're fast enough, you see where she goes, you run off after her, and somehow she outruns you. I keep saying she, but we're supposed to not be certain of that person's gender, so it outruns you. Now then, we're in the third stage. I haven't said how many stages there are, but in keeping with the arcade mode, good lord, you're hard to hit. There are 3 stages and then a boss stage. Or 3 areas and then a boss area. There we go, we use the correct terms, why not? Which means, yet again, there is a special little factor we need, and that was a rocket launcher man wearing a pink shirt. Rocket launcher men are quite possibly the most dangerous I find, and there was one at the very back of the screen there that I missed, but that doesn't matter, we'll kill him later. There's a Rambo. Wonderful stuff. You may have noticed that other just normal bellboys were using miniguns up to now, but no, there are proper minigun units, and they are dressed as Rambo. These fellows fall in the water when they die, unlucky. Red ninjas, orange bellboys, it's a weird mix of units, but there we go. It works as a bit of defense, I suppose. Must be a lot of corpses in that pool. Anyway, onwards! No enemies, no enemies, no enemies. Surprise! Yeah, it's very sneaky. One thing I do happen to know about that point there is that the enemies always appear in those 4 specific locations. However, can't kill that thing. They do sort of mix it round, so the red enemy isn't always on the left, and that was a rocket straight to the face. So, we've lost our first life. We'll give it another go. I haven't mentioned this, but if you end up going down the wrong spot because you were too slow or whatnot, you cannot backtrack. So you would have to just start special mode all over again, which is a little bit of a flaw, I think. It would be nice if you could give up a life to go backwards because you wanted to go to the helipad. Be nice. But you can't. Curse you! Anyway, thankfully on this stage we're not just against the clock. We have to kill people fast enough in order to get to the best area. That's not the way this one runs. Instead, this time, it's a lot simpler. We just have to kill some people. I don't feel like telling you who we have to kill, so I'll wait until they're on screen. No sense in us thinking about constant bloodshed, when we could just be shooting everyone in our sights. That's all wonderful. Not sure why Richard Miller here decides that a windmill is good cover, especially when the enemies have rocket launchers, but apparently it works just fine. Though in all honesty, a box seems to be able to protect us from just about anything, so I'm not sure exactly how well armed these people are. Nonetheless, a lot of managers, a lot of bellboys, all out by the pool, coupled in their little rowboats. Doesn't really make much sense, but the place is filled with ninjas, so let's not worry about such trivial things. And let's try not to take a rocket to the face, and let's not waste bullets on that helicopter thing. Away with you. A red fellow with a grenade is exactly the same as anyone with a grenade, because a grenade is exactly the same weapon regardless. In the back with you, right then. They're really mixing it up now. The bank managers have got machine guns. Good lord, he's hopping out just to annoy me, and there's a chap with a Hawaiian shirt. That's the normal model for a grenadier in special mode. So I guess there were some people then who were just holidaying in this hotel, and they thought, oh, looks like there's a fight brewing. I'm having some of that. And out they come with their grenades and their rocket launchers and whatnot. Ninjas with shields. Not a common sight, I'll be honest. We are a little bit against the clock here because, well, we have to finish the screen. And that is probably the most hardest enemy in the game. You just saw there is a red fellow with a shield. None of those in arcade mode. They're all blue in arcade mode, the shield bearers. But that's pretty tricky. Just to reiterate, I've not actually played this far, ever, because back in the day I never was on this upper path because I wasn't fast enough at killing Freaky Dance Man, whose name I don't know, so I just call him Freaky Dance Man, because it's a great name. Unfortunately, we've died again. Yep, not much we can say about that, but hey, give me a good chance to pause. I can hear some kind of drumming in the background. How bizarre. Regardless, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you'll join me next time. We'll do this again and we'll complete it. If we don't, then we'll die and we'll do it again and then we'll complete it. We'll complete it at some point. But we'll complete it. So hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall see you then.